started, eh? Last we had left off, our wonderful party of adventurers. Sorry, wrong accent. Last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had kind of cleared out the very small town of Gravesby. Though from the outside, it appeared that you know there was just like a calamity that had swept through it. And though a lot of the wood and kind of pieces that it had originally had has been burnt off, it appears that the majority of the populace most likely survived. There was multiple different entrances, or sorry, there was multiple different exits to the actual town that seemed to lead into various different tunnels away from the actual city itself. And it appeared that the majority of them were being used, though unfortunately it looked like some of them did not quite make it. Going through the various different kind of rooms, you guys had found what appears to have been like a small chest um, that you managed to figure out that this dragon type creature was assaulting for quite a while, um, but hadn't managed to open, and realized there was a few complex layer of traps upon the actual chest itself. Um, but he decided to depart the city of Gramsby to head back to Ardalan for at the very least a little bit of a rest, because at this current moment there was no real further leads to pursue. And some rest was at the very least well deserved, especially since you had found the dragon bones you had come for. But at this current moment, you guys had, I believe, just left Gramsby, had gotten into a cave, and realized there was a massive blizzard that had kind of overtaken the entire area. You don't know what the source of it was, but some of you speculated that it might be an envier beast affecting the environment to its whims, while some of the others went a little bit deeper into the cave, listening out for various different things, and various different things answered. The corpses of what had appeared to have been a advanced drow scouting party was found, and some clicking was heard. Unfortunately, two of the party members seemed to have been affected by something or diseased by something. However, with a cold shock, I believe Eclipse got rid of his,
Yep.
while
Saros is not
Saros
like
is unfortunately not faring nearly as well. But as of this current moment, as you guys are kind of having this chat, having this talk, and kind of things, you do hear the clicking get louder. As you guys are sitting near the entrance of this cavern, it is cold. It is like freezing cold outside. You could see the wind blowing past, the snow coming down, and it would be nearly impossible to see more than maybe like 5, 10 feet ahead of you out in this weather. So you guys sit near the entrance of this cave, and yeah, Eclipse, you and anybody else who has like a passive perception that's higher than 15, which I'm pretty sure is basically almost everyone, you guys would hear that
Okay.
this clicking, that this sound that seems to be coming in from deep, that had originally come from deeper within the cave, now sounds, unfortunately, much closer. As
Is it just me, or are they getting like much more aggressive?
Oh, they're getting closer.
certainly getting closer.
Should we leave, or I don't know if we can take
It's
them
But we
on.
definitely can't leave.
It's either a blizzard or mushrooms that turn us into mushrooms.
I don't suppose that looking outside, the blizzard seems like it's letting up at all.
give me a nature check.
Oh, Jake, you shouldn't have. Like really, really, Jake, you should not have done that.
You're looking outside, and it looks the exact same as it was 3 hours ago.
Can I attempt a nature check?
Yeah, you certainly can.
18.
It looks the exact same as it did 3 hours ago.
Yeah, we're not going out there.
But-
Let's
Oh boy.
see, let's see.
Can we even safely fight those things?
We can set them on fire.
Well, I can possibly be relatively safe against whatever their infection may be, so perhaps I can try and hold them back if you all want to try and, I don't know, burn them, freeze them to death, anything from a distance, if at all possible. I know we're all a little low on resources right about now, but I do at least have my breath weapon still. I kind of spit a little fire to the right.
Yes,
I have lantern oil.
I can set them ablaze from range.
Oh, wait, you have oil?
I have oil. It's
Let
just
me see
little
that.
flasks, but
Oh. I kind of like look at it, I'm like, oh.
what? Did you think I had
Well-
a cask of oil?
I just look at you. Yes.
These are flasks.
Well,
A cask wouldn't fit in the bag.
I was gonna say we could maybe like pour this out and make a perimeter and then set it ablaze and hopefully keep them back. But Jay, I don't. I think this is like what? I think it's like 5 foot that these work in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
You
kind of
can-
look at them like,
You
oh.
can maybe get like 10 foot by 5 foot if you like spread it thinly.
Well, I know I have at least one on me because I do have a lantern as well. But yeah, I mean, if it's only like 15 by 5, it's a bit of a sad circle.
Here,
How
okay.
wide is this cave?
I'll put you guys on a map so you guys have a little bit of a clearer look as to where you are currently staying. There's Mr.
What I was
Achilles.
going to do is I was going to shove cloth in this and light it and throw it.
I see darkness and only darkness.
I have a bit
Because
down there.
Poke's
There you
not
go.
here yet.
Okay.
I feel like I should have a lot more vision than I currently do.
You have dark vision.
Yeah, and I've got 10 feet of it apparently.
No, that's your normal vision. You should have dark vision. Is it 60 feet?
It's 6 there.
There you go.
Well,
There we go.
I think
Question.
Reggie or
Jay,
I
what
have a
direction is
torch.
the clicking's coming from up here, right?
The clicking is coming from up here, yes. And the entrance is
Okay,
like literally
cool.
right here at the bottom left.
Okay.
Oh, can I use mold earth?
Oh, you certainly can.
Can I just like?
Where are you
Block
going
this
to
off.
mold earth?
I think. What if we do like a zombie type situation where we kind of keep a hole so we can keep like firing at them, but they can't like go through?
I
I
wish
believe,
it worked that
Saros-
quickly.
I was about to say, can you do that in like
Yeah,
relatively quickly?
one action.
Hey, I'm sorry, I got a real quick question that has nothing to do with the game, but more a sheet. Has Adam's sheet changed?
Yes.
Because originally, okay. Now I've got things that say bonus action, reaction, minutes, hours, days, mythic action, lair action.
What?
There's nothing
Auden
underneath
has a
them,
mythic
but they're
action. Let's
there.
go.
It's not
There's
supposed to
nothing
show you
underneath
all
them,
these
but
things.
they're
Why?
there.
What the fuck?
It does.
That is a little weird.
We're saved.
Okay, there we go. Apparently the thing called group by origin, maybe? No, that wasn't. Did you turn it off? Is that why?
There, I changed it back to her normal shit.
Okay. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
That wasn't supposed to happen. Sorry. I had switched some of my creatures over to the other sheet because I was like, it looks nice, so I was like, oh, just use it, and then that
Don't
happened.
worry. Apparently Autumn still has a lair action, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, but you're not in Autumn's lair, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're
As-
so far away from Autumn's lair.
As you guys are currently
Autumn's-
having
I thought
this
Autumn's
kind of
lair was the bag.
conversation, as some of this is occurring, you begin to see at the very edges of your vision, you realize something is coming. As for
Yeah,
those of
okay.
you who have dark vision, would be able to see, like, out of the darkness come shambling, like, 2 or 3 of these things.
Okay. So I didn't have enough time to block it off.
Oh, definitely not. They
Real
were
quick, is
essentially
this the
following you
entrance?
guys. The bottom left is the entrance, yes. Like, that is literally
Okay.
where the cave starts.
Okay. So where I'm at is pretty much the entrance. Got it.
Yeah, you are like
We
within
saw-
10, 15 feet of the entrance.
I thought we
Cool,
stealthed
okay.
away pretty good.
Sorry?
Like earlier when we went to go and check, we stealthed away pretty easily. I thought.
Yeah, but you guys have been having loud conversations, and there's nowhere else for the sound to go.
True.
Well, if they're coming from the north, I will hold the line. If you all want to stay back and try to whittle them down.
As you kind of say something, you hear, well, you don't see it, but the rest of you see its head kind of like snap towards your direction, and I need all of you to roll me initiative.
I don't like the way some of you are looking up into that darkness. It's right behind me, isn't it?
And Darcy will just in your head stop talking. They react to sound.
Oh,
Can you put Autumn on the map as well, please?
Oh, yes. Give me one moment. I forgot about Miss Autumn.
How
And Mr.
fucking dare you?
Mr. Reginald.
Reggie's there. No, Reggie's there. It's just Autumn.
Oh,
well, to be fair, I
just
pulled
letting
Reggie
you-
on, so
Yeah.
Oh, can I pull Autumn?
yeah,
yeah, that was me.
Oh. Okay. I just feel like I've probably tried to pull before and it never worked.
If you want to try again, it should work.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that, it's an Autumn.
Oh, I'm deleting the other one.
Is it getting out of hand now? There are two of them.
Structural clicker, vertical clicker, mercurial clicker.
Damn, that Mercurial one sounds dangerous.
That's how that one's gonna fuck us
son
That
of a bitch.
Mercurial one! That Mercurial one is
Oh.
really dangerous,
Yeah,
guys.
you had to say something.
Well, I think I technically go before it, don't I? Or does it not take into account my alert for that tiebreaker?
No, it
Sorry,
goes off of your deck.
it goes off of your dex because it has a 19 dex. It goes first.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if the any additional modifiers.
Well, that's where you get your +5 from.
Well, yeah, I know. I was just I didn't know if even though my +5 is higher than its +4, if that took precedent or if it was strictly dex. Judging by the footsteps just north of me, though, I would assume that it is the he goes first.
Oh,
You will
definitely.
see it rather quickly, I think.
Because as all of you are kind of having this conversation, or some of you try and shush down as you realize these creatures are approaching, you very much, it kind of begins to, you hear this clicking kind of come from the direction of the other side. As you try and like determine exactly where it's coming from, you realize, oh, it's like maybe right behind you, because you, as of this current moment, it is going to use its feature aggressive and
Ah.
Oh no, they're orcs.
and move.
I guess
Oh,
we'll probably find this out when it comes up, but are the people who succeeded the saving throw earlier immune to the disease?
As of this current moment, Eclipse, you don't think you're
Cool.
immune.
Cool. Great. Love it.
Are they coming with a cloud of spores?
They are not.
Thank God.
However, you do see these spores like slowly shaking off of their body as they're running up. Also, in case you guys wanted to, you can reposition yourselves amongst your like area. I'm guessing you guys have already put yourselves where you wanted to be.
Yeah, I would have
but,
been
I didn't move myself at all.
Yeah, like you
I
can,
would've
you can
been,
move
like,
yourself. You can move yourself.
here. I was having Reggie be back a bit, and I was basically going to be.
Yeah, no, Syraxis
Here.
is the sacrificial pawn here.
Okay, then yeah,
Hey, I'm immune to it. So.
it would definitely go after Mr. Syraxis first.
He's
Yep.
the one that's been talking.
Indeed. Mr. Syraxis, it's going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Sure.
That's a 20.
Yeah, that will.
It also gets advantage because of the 20.
Well, it's
right?
already got a nat 20.
Oh, it
No,
did
like, you
roll
know.
a nat 20.
On its.
That just means it hit.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about on its.
Attack, yeah, on its action.
Oh,
because,
okay.
Oh,
yeah, because it
Okay.
rolled
Yeah,
a
'cause he
natural 20.
nat 20 on
got
it.
Jesus
advantage.
Christ!
This thing rushes up from behind you, and before you even have a moment to really react to Raxus, you kind of like turn around, and in that brief moment, it's already slammed itself against you, and you can see this like large, sharp, strangely fungal cloud of spores, like vaguely following it as soon as it attacks you, and it's going to slam its second hand into you. Oops, sorry, it's
That'll miss.
disadvantage. No, it doesn't matter if that's a 11 to hit. Okay. Yeah, that one misses. But yeah, you do take 19 points of slashing damage as it just kind of
Ow.
runs into you, and then with the tackle, it just slashes upward, causing this massive streak of blood to appear on the side of your body. But that is the end of its turn. Syraxis, it's your turn.
All right. How many days has it been since we left the the last city?
I would say like it's been about 2.5.
Okay, so I don't have my second wind back yet. Because I know I used it twice. Alright, that's fine. Well, since he's here, since I'm still relatively healthy and I'm basically immune to this, I'm going to actually, instead of just attacking it and hoping for the best, I am going to use my breath weapon on it. Because I want to see if they are vulnerable or have any type of aversion to fire. So, let me find that. Because I've never actually got to use it yet.
Oh, let's see it. Okay.
And can I reposition myself? Yeah, let me. I'm going to because it's a 30-foot line.
Wait. Is it fire or acid? Or if it's fire,
It's
it should
fire.
be cone.
No, because when they reworked Dragonborn, I think they made it to where all chromatic dragons have their breath weapon in a line, and all metallic have it in a cone.
That is so fucking dumb.
Is that true?
I think, unless I have it backwards.
I think it might be
let me look.
backwards.
Let
We're
me
talking
look.
about the fizz bones, right?
Dragon Ball.
But that's also still stupid.
Uh,
If it's fire,
yeah,
it should be a
they're-
cone.
chromatic 30-foot line.
Brass dragons had
Yep.
fire in a line, Jake.
Yep, metallic have 15-foot
Yeah.
cone. All chromatics have
crazy.
a 30-foot line. Gems have 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone. That's crazy. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I know it's
Whatever.
weird, but it is what it is, I guess. But I'm just gonna send it in a line, and if I hit another one back there, I hit another one. If not,
Unfortunately not,
well-
as it actually originates from you, so it would be down one.
oh,
square.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you kind of spray out this burst of fire, and the rest of you kind of watch as it lights up the rest of the cavern. Just this blast of bright light, and kind of backline and outlined, the two more creatures kind of in the darkness become apparent. And at this current moment, you see another one behind them. So there seems to be a total of 4.
Okay.
We'll have
Well, he
move
has to make a
those.
deck save.
Yeah, deck save.
Oh, he's the one
That's
in
a
front of me.
14.
That will just pass. But does it seem like it does any more to him? Like, does he seem like he's not a fan of fire?
What's your perception?
It's 14.
You would notice that something does happen. However, you don't know what it is.
Can we see it too, or
I mean, Syraxis is blocking it for me, so I doubt I'd be
yeah.
able to see it.
I would say that all of you can attempt it. So just give me like a quick perception check for this. We're not
Sure,
using
why not?
23.
passes for this for now. Okay, yeah, no, you definitely see it. Darcy, Eclipse, you see something that would essentially indicate to you that it's now more like prone to death. Like it's more prone to dying. But you don't know what that means. Like it doesn't seem like it'll take more damage. It just seems like it'll die easier.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Syraxis, does it take half damage?
Yeah, if it passes.
Okay, so it takes
So it only takes like what, 3?
30. All right. Is that the end of your turn? That's your action.
Yeah, I'll, as a bonus action, Actually, no, I'll wait for that because I don't know how this is gonna go. So yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, okay.
I'll just remain there.
Darcy.
Okay. Let's see. Which of my spells can I do quietly? So many of these are pure. All of these are at least vocal. Son of a bitch. Oh. I'm gonna hold on to that. That could be useful.
Mm.
But roughly how far would you say I can throw a flask of oil?
I'd say about 20 to 40 feet.
Okay.
20 being easy, 40 being hard.
Okay.
Well,
And
range increments and stuff, you know.
right. And could I know there's like a thing like if you only move like half your speed, you can move quietly.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that.
You
Just
have
gonna
to at
creep
least
along.
be in slight cover, which you are, because the current area that you're standing in is slightly lower than where Syracuse is standing.
I'm also pretty sure they're blind.
Yeah, that's safe to assume.
They have no eyes. They're fungus.
Yeah. All right. If you're trying to do
Mhm.
so sneakily, you can, or like you can move quietly, but you don't have a sneak at this current moment. So you would essentially be doing it with your passive sneak. What's your stealth bonus?
My stealth bonus is so passive stealth of 16.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, it's not. And that one's already fighting Syraxis, and I'm a decent enough distance away from the other ones, and I'm about to do something that's going to distract them. Hopefully.
Sorry.
As I'm going to... Oh, great, a subjective clicker.
Yep. This one is behind all the other ones, so it didn't get lit up by the light. But I'll just put that there, and I'll say it's like 5 feet behind the other one.
But yeah, I'm going to throw an oil flask right around here-ish.
Okay.
That's about 30 feet away from me. What do I need to make a roll?
Yeah, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. 7.
Ooh, it goes off a little bit wide. Unfortunately, as you kind of throw it, it smashes up against this wall. This wall here.
That's fine. Sort of.
And an area about yay big gets made like right here.
Yeah, I'll take that. Either way, they're not going to like rush anyone.
You're not sure?
They
Is
might
that the
not.
end of
They
your turn?
might. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Sorry? Did you have a question?
No.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I
my
thought
gosh, glass breaking.
yeah, I thought you said question. I was like, huh? But yeah, it goes to the other one who is currently lit up, and because it's heard so much noise, it's heard all of this stuff at this current moment. Because no one else has acted yet, it's just going after Syraxis.
Not the smashing clay.
Actually, you know what? Roll me a charisma check, and then Syraxis, you give me a charisma check as well.
Just straight charisma.
Just flat charisma. Okay, it goes after the flask,
Good.
of which it does rush over here. It's going to run into the oil. Let's see if it makes it safe to just not fall flat on its ass.
It just slips.
It slips, but it manages to stay upright, but it kind of like stops here. At that moment, because the only one that it has, actually no, because of its perception, Darcy is not visible. Celesto, Saros, what's your passive passive stealths?
Oh,
That's fine.
Celeste's fucked.
Celesto, so like, what is your stealth value plus 10?
15.
Saros?
12.
Yeah, and you're also in heavy armor, right?
No, I
Medium
don't
armor?
think so.
Or
Celesto is. I
is
think.
Celesto in heavy armor?
Medium
Medium.
armor.
He's in medium armor. Do either of you have
Uh.
disadvantage on stealth checks?
No.
No.
Then it wouldn't go after Celesto because Saros is the only one to get detect,
Oh.
which it does use its bonus action to aggressive over towards Saros.
Cool.
At least you won't
And
get infected again.
sorry,
At least you won't get infected again.
Or I can get uber infected.
yeah, you don't know. That is a 10 to hit. I believe that misses.
That does
And
miss.
That is a 14 to hit. I believe that also misses.
Oh!
Oh my
Nice.
god. Okay. Well, yeah, that's that. Those it didn't perform, but as it kind of like runs up, it swings wildly, kind of half blind, well, completely blind actually. As you're kind of like moving around, you manage to stay just under their radar and manage to avoid the two swings that it kind of brings out. This next one comes out. Because it also heard the smashing of the glass, it's going to move to here. And it's going to rush up to here. I'm going to give it a dex save as well. That is a 9. This one actually falls flat on its ass. No, sorry, it's not supposed to go invisible. This one was supposed to go prone. And because it's prone, yeah, it's actually going to use its action to make a perception check. Where is it? Where is it? How do I do this? Oh, here it is. That's a fucking 6. Never mind. It doesn't see shit.
Where is everyone?
That's the end of its turn. Eclipse. Actually, sorry. It uses its bonus action to use aggressive to get up. Actually, no, it can't, because it doesn't know where anybody is, so it can't do that. Never mind. That's the end of its turn. Eclipse, you're not prone. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm prone, you know. I gotta stand up first, I guess.
Why does it keep linking yours to the fucking enemy tokens, bro? What the fuck?
Every enemy in the world is a voodoo doll for Eclipse.
Yeah, literally. I will move to there.
Mhm.
And I know how a sudden shock of cold affected me. So I'm curious how it will affect them. So
Okay.
just like Syraxis, but distinctly opposite from him,
Oh yeah, just
Uh,
like Syraxis, but completely different. Yeah, I get you.
I am going to send out a 30-foot line of cold breath towards this guy. Well, let me make sure. Actually, I didn't even measure. Oh, no, I need to get up one more. My bad.
Okay.
Obviously, Autumn is on me as opposed to, in
Yeah.
the rock.
And because
But-
it's prone, it has disadvantage on this dexterity saving
Yes.
throw. Is it a dexterity
So let
saving throw or
me-
is it a con save?
It is, in fact, a dexterity. DC 14.
What? It's a cold breath, though. What the?
Yeah, but my monk shit, bro.
Oh, it's your monk shit. Never mind.
Yeah.
Boom. It's disadvantage.
That's a fail.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20 on
That's
that.
unfortunate.
Cool.
Well, it is
So
what it is.
it
It's
will
still failed.
take. Mostly just because I'm curious to see how this affects it. It will take 6 points of cold damage.
Yeah, 6 points of cold damage.
As pretty much I just put my hand up to my mouth and just breathe a fucking beam of ice towards this thing.
Yeah, as this kind of beam of ice collides with this creature on the ground, you can see that it actually significantly slows down. So, in terms of the game perspective, you know that it seems to be moving slower. For the rest of you, that disables its aggressive feature,
Ooh.
Good to know.
at least until the beginning of its until the end of its next round.
Beautiful.
Tactics, gentlemen, tactics.
Tactics.
Yeah, that is my action. That is my attack action. So that will be it. That'll be my turn.
All right, boom, Celesto.
Okay. These guys are like radiating shit. Okay.
They're not radiating anything. There's like
Radiating
bits of
what?
like there's like a tiny shower of like spores that come off of its body every time it's hit, but it's not like it's like specifically causing any issues.
Like, could I make an intelligence check? It's like if I hit it and I'm right beside it, could get infected.
Give me an intelligence check, sure. I'll say that you could do this for free. That this is just something that you're thinking of when you're moving. You're fairly certain that it requires something to happen for those spores to actually become like quote unquote active. You don't know what that action is, but it's like you won't get infected just hitting it.
I will just run around and hit them, I guess.
Go for it.
Where's it contained?
Go for it.
That one for 10.
23 definitely hits.
Thunder gauntlets for the spore creature.
Oh yeah.
A natural one.
Oh,
It actually you have advantage because it's prone.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
18, that does
There you
hit.
go.
So the first one was 10 damage. Yep. And then the
Arm for the
second
crit.
one was 2 damage. No, the first one was an advantage. But the second one was unless you were specifically going to flank with Saros.
Nah. that's not
Oh,
a
he
big
attacked
deal.
that one. Okay.
Nah. And
Uh,
I'll kind of lead them away.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll isolate them all like here.
Oh my goodness, he's moving.
Is that just the feline agility thing?
Just gonna show
Nice.
it. I can double my speed.
I just couldn't remember if that was a action or bonus action, but no, it's free. It's like an action.
It's
surge.
kind of a thing.
It's a thing you can do, you know?
All right.
You're a cat boy.
That's the
like-
end of your turn, right?
Yeah.
And it goes to Saros. Saros, there is one of these creatures howling and screeching directly in front of you, trying to claw at you.
Would I know what Celesto knew about, like, if you hit it, the spores won't immediately affect you?
Give me an intelligence check. You don't know how it infects. Previously, when you had walked into that cavern, it was just in the air. You're fairly certain that just being in the proximity of this creature could potentially infect you.
And do I know what happens when they are felled?
What do you mean
Like,
felled?
Like, will they erupt or something if we get them to, if we kill them?
You're not sure?
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna wild shape into a bear.
Okay, sure.
I don't know how this works on here.
I could polymorph you
no.
into a bear. You want me to
Sure.
bear, right? It's just a normal
Yeah,
bear.
black bear, I think.
Black
I think
bear.
I think a brown bear is too high challenge rating for me to change
So
into.
they can hold the spreadsheet.
Boom. I think it polymorphed you, or it should have. Did it work?
I see no change.
It might take a second. Sorry, my thing is lagging. Okay, boom, wild shape. Saros,
no,
black bear.
wait, can't see him anymore.
It's
He should be right in
because
front of me though, right?
oh, why do you not have vision as a black bear?
You're supposed
It's like
to.
a black.
There you go.
Okay,
Because the
cool.
thing is, you maintain, at the very least, like racial features to a degree.
I don't think you maintain things like that
I
are
don't
physical,
think
like
you do.
eyes. No, it's
You
only
maintain
mental
class
things.
features.
Only the mental stuff.
Well, the class features that are like persistent, like rage, I know is like the big one, but yeah.
Yeah, but you can see it in front of you as the rest of you watch Saros transforms into a black bear. Just out of nowhere.
I can't do much else. So, what can I
Oh,
do
right,
as
it's
a
an action.
bear? I guess I can't do. Wait. Hold on. I guess I can't do anything else right now.
Alright. That's the end of your turn. It goes to Reggie. What's Reggie up to?
Well, given that it seemed like fire did something at the very least, Reggie will let's see. He'll run here, kind of just to illuminate everything, and then he'll move up 5 more feet. And will attack with his new Flame Whip Flail
Okay, go for it, Reggie.
against the little dude here in front of me. 15.
15 does hit.
All right, as it's included in that, but it takes 1 fire damage, 7 bludgeoning.
Okay, solid. As you watch Reggie hit it, you look and you can see that the physical damage that Reggie struck with didn't seem to do nearly as much as the actual burning fire did.
Intriguing.
It is resistant to the bludgeoning damage, including because, if I remember correctly, I said this was not a magical weapon, right?
It is not.
Yeah, it
Not
doesn't-
this one.
The
it
flame whip
doesn't-
flail? I thought that was magical.
It was the
No.
sorry, the flame whip flail. No, neither of the weapons.
Oh
that
yeah, it
you
is.
had. No, you're right. You're right. Sorry, the flame whip flail was the one that was magical, and it seems to still be resistant to it, regardless.
Okay.
The other weapon was the one that was not magical.
But yeah,
Got the
he'll
Jaws
swing.
theme now.
Sorry.
Okay, continue.
The music sounds like the Jaws theme. Currently.
I just heard the ramping up music and I was like, damn, we got the Jaws theme now?
But yeah,
I got more music on the way. Don't worry. My already imperceptibly large playlist.
yeah, that'll be it for him for now. He'll just basically remain there with the torch,
Understood.
like basically strapped on him.
Zane.
That'll be it.
Okay, so you mean seeing as Zane does not want to get close to these things, does not want to risk getting the COVID. Move up here and target this guy.
Mhm.
The green circle is where the oil is, right?
Yup.
Okay.
If you want to set that on fire, it saves me a turn.
Oh, okay. I thought you were planning something bigger. Okay, I will instead target.
What
This
else am
guy.
I gonna do with oil?
I thought you're gonna wait for something. I don't know. Okay, I will
It's already
firebolt that.
floundering in it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's-
This guy is covered in oil.
I assume I don't get advantage because it's a ranged attack.
This would actually be a disadvantage because it's on the ground and prone.
Fuck.
Yeah, you had that on the big jobs.
Well, I mean, if you still hit in the general vicinity, I'm pretty sure you're igniting the oil. It's all over the wall.
This is true. He did smash it on the wall, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I will hit it with disadvantage.
Go for it.
The control or alt?
Control. That still hits. That actually still
yeah!
hits it because it's AC dog shit. But
Yeah,
with
it's
a
basically
13,
a zombie.
You manage to land this firebolt basically square in its chest. You deal 7 points of damage straight to it, and roll me an additional, let's say, 2d6, because it's literally rolling around in the fire, in the oil. Oh my god!
Oh fuck yeah!
Holy shit! That's a 18 fucking damage. Oh wow. Okay. This is coming into play a lot earlier than I thought it was going to.
Oh no!
What? What?
Oh no!
You deal all of the damage to it, and at that moment, because of what it has, it's going to roll its con save. That's a 15. That actually fails, and it explodes in a radius.
Oh,
Hey, Darcy! I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck
Oh
me.
boy.
That is a failure.
oof.
Oh, I'm gonna go out to the lake, guys. Have fun.
They explode now. They explode now.
You don't feel very good, Darcy, as this creature explodes. Actually, no, sorry. It wouldn't even trigger its undead fortitude because it was fire damage.
Oh, let's go.
Does that burn the spores too?
It does, because it does. The spore carrier depends on its undead fortitude. So actually, you're fine.
I'm fine.
But you do see at that moment, Zane, that when it like bursts into flame and dies, that these spores, these things seems to be trying to escape from its body, but because of the fire, because of the heat, because of the intensity, it somehow doesn't. However, you can like have a guesstimate of the radius. It was probably something like that
Oh dear.
Oh, good heavens!
on a guesstimate.
Oh dear.
Well, you know what to
I'm
do,
way too close
guys.
to all of these things to be safe.
But yeah, that's the. Is that the end of your turn? That's your action.
Yeah, I'll just I forgot how much I moved, so I will stay where I am, I guess.
Do we want to warn people about the explosions?
You moved about 20 feet.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I tell everyone about the explosions.
Yeah, you just yell out. What do
yeah.
you yell?
Guys, I think we really need to kill this thing with fire. It's not. It's the fire contains something, or it'll contain the explosion.
There it is.
And also get the fuck away from it, like if you can. These things explode.
They explode, but not only if not fired. Good to know.
All right.
Yeah, that's my turn.
But yeah, that's your turn. It goes to the vertical clicker. The vertical clicker. What's it going to do? It's going to rush at the thing that just yelled. Actually, no, all of this is kind of occurring at the same time. It would probably go for Celesto, because Celesto had Thunder gauntlets.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
It's going to strike at you, Celesto. It has disadvantage because it rolled a nat 1 on its initiative.
Oof.
That is a 16. I believe that misses. And that is a 17. I believe that also misses.
Ooh.
Oh, that could have been a
The
crit.
19 and the nat 20s on the other side.
Oh, that could have been a crit. Disappointing to me, but very good for you. As it just kind of like fumbles forward, it trips, stumbles on itself, and it tries to grab and claw at you, but it manages to. But you manage to avoid the hits. That is the end of its turn. It goes to Mercurial Clicker, who will swing at the person at that last swung at it, which is Reggie. Claw. That is 16. I believe that misses Reggie.
That does.
Reggie has a AC of 18. It hits again. Ooh, this time it does hit. For 19 to hit, it does 16 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
That is the end of this creature's turn. Syraxis, it's your turn.
All right. Well, hearing all that and that they apparently explode, I will. Celestis kind of jumped in the middle of this, so it makes this a little harder than I would wanted it to have been. But how big are these guys? Like,
They're like normal people sized, like maybe 5-6 feet.
okay. Well, seeing that that is a thing and that they do not like fire, I will use my action to, instead of attacking this one, I'm actually going to try and grapple it. The one right in front of me.
Okay. Give me a contested strength, or sorry, give me a contested athletics check. Versus its, I believe it would use acrobatics, 'cause its dexterity is much higher. Wait, but it's not proficient. No, fuck. Oh! It matches! Defender wins!
Huh.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you try and tussle with this guy.
Could I, in theory, because it counts as an attack, could I use like precision on that or no?
I'm gonna say no, unfortunately, because you're not like striking with the intent to hurt. And currently,
Gotcha.
you were trying to grab it.
That is mildly annoying.
That is very unfortunate. But as you try and grab it, it moves with this uncanny dexterity, so much faster than you expected it to be. But yeah, it just managed to evade your grasp, like just barely.
All right. Well, I'm going to action surge then.
Go for it.
Since he doesn't want the smoke, I'm just going to just kind of very quickly then take my great sword and just swing at them. And seeing that they are apparently pretty easy to hit, I will great weapon master them.
Go for it. Kitty, please, you're gonna stop the stream by accident. 7.
I will precision on that one.
Go for it.
Where is it? The D8.
Okay,
For 14.
does hit. 23 points of damage. It's going to roll its undead fortitude against a DC of 23.
How big was that explosion radius again, Jake?
About 15 feet.
Oh boy.
Sorry, that's not. It didn't roll.
Reggie, I liked you, but I'm sorry.
That's a 9. It fails it, but this also triggers its spore carrier, which means it dies. I need everybody within a 15-foot radius to give me a Constitution
Yes.
saving throw. You are
You're gonna have to
just
explain.
how to fit in.
Really gonna have. You're really gonna
Celesto
explain
is in it.
how her nephew ended up a mushroom monster.
The con save, you say?
Yeah, I need a con save from
am I
Syraxis,
immune?
Reggie, and actually, no, yeah, you're completely immune. You're fine.
I was about to say,
I
I'll
need
be
one
fine.
from Celesto and Reggie.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God,
Reggie!
Reggie! Oh my God, Celesto!
God.
Yeah, both of you hearing Syraxis swing his sword immediately react and go, "Oh shit!" Reggie, like he grabs a bunch of cloths and just covers his mouth. While Celesto, you basically do the same, and in that moment, like both of you just stop breathing, but the spores they kind of explode outwards. Syraxis, you get a big lungful of them, but you're like, I feel fine.
I just like breathe it in and then like exhale a little bit of fire and just burn it.
Yeah,
So I, like,
literally.
Vivisect him.
Yeah, and the little bit of fire that you kind of expunge outwards causes all the rest of the spores to just kind of disperse and be destroyed in that moment. And all of you guys are fine.
And then
I do have to
because it's dead, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very bad.
And then I will
You like split it in two.
see. Yeah, I want to be able to make it there, unsettling. Yeah, I'll run up here and get behind the other one up here.
Okay. Unfortunately, for the purposes of this, you would not count as flanking.
Yeah, I assume so. He'd have to move over one to the right.
Yeah.
But that'll be it for me.
All right, Darcy.
Okay, at this point, I do not need to move quietly because these things are properly distracted.
Yeah, they're also like enraged. There's more than enough targets to go after.
Yeah. I'm going to hit this one here with a. I'm wondering how Chill Touch would work.
I believe that's necromancy, right? Or it's necrotic
It's
energy.
necrotic damage. Yeah.
Go for it.
It's still technically a living thing. Though the mushrooms are anyway.
Oh, actually, sorry. 1 second. 23 halved would have been 11. Oh, actually, that would have still been more than enough to pick it up. Oh, but it wouldn't have... Sorry, I forgot that it was resistant to all physical types of damage. That 23 would have been 11. So the save would have been way lower. It still rolled a 9, so it doesn't matter. Actually, never mind, sorry. Yeah, sorry. So, Darcy, go ahead.
Anyway, Chill Touch.
To that.
That's shit damage.
21 does hit for 2 points of necrotic damage. Yeah, it takes the damage, but it doesn't seem to take very much from it.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Like, it still takes the 2. Like, it doesn't take half damage or anything. It's just you didn't roll very high for the damage.
Yeah.
And
That
it doesn't seem
that
to affect it.
wilt any of the mushrooms or anything.
Nope, doesn't seem to affect it in any sort of way.
Damn.
Is that the end of your turn?
I don't have a quicken spell or anything like that, so yeah.
Okay, and it goes to its turn, and it is coming straight here,
Of course it is.
and it's going to claw you twice or attempt to. That's 10, and that's a
Not
22.
disadvantage because of me.
Oh, it has disadvantage. Okay, so the first one I don't think it would have mattered, but let's see if it rolls a natural 1. It doesn't. And the second one is at disadvantage. That still hits with a 22, I believe.
Son of a bitch. Because even if I shield, it still hits me. Because that would be a 22.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah,
How far away are you from me?
40-some feet.
Let me check something.
You are 45 feet away.
Nope, never mind. Go fuck yourself. It's 30 foot.
What are you
Suffer.
thinking?
Don't worry about it. I'll use that ability one day.
One day. But at that moment, as it kind of strikes into you, the first one you manage to kind of just manage to duck out of the way, while the second one it just comes rakes you across the chest. And you take 20 points of slashing damage. But that is the end of its turn. Eclipse.
Yeah, well, I for sure move up here,
Mm-hmm.
and I go ahead with my magical wraps on my fists, and I punch it.
Go for it.
With advantage because Darcy is flanking. I'm
Please
never
tell me
gonna
you're using
remember.
Fire.
Huh?
Please tell me you're using fire.
Yeah, obviously I'm using fire.
No, I figured I'd use poison.
He actually
here.
used
Yeah,
the
figured
thunder
I'd-
in this
Figured
moment.
I'd use some fucking lightning damage real quick.
Andrew, we've all had our moments. You know this.
Yes, I'm using fire. Don't worry. Alright. Controller Alt, I never remember.
It's shift for advantage, control for disadvantage.
Shift. I was wrong.
21 hits.
for 10 points of fire.
Boom.
Yeah,
10 points of fire. It's still up.
and yeah, if it's not there, I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to flurry of blows.
Okay, go for it. You have 2 more attacks.
Oh, actually, I'll just use my bonus action to smack it again. I forget that I just have that. I always forget that I just have that.
You could just
you can
hit
do
it
that.
twice.
Yeah, I could just literally do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so can I as a
17 hits,
Catholic monk.
Okay. And, oh my god, you're not dead. Please! Stop it! Don't kill him off like
It
that.
turns out Eclipse is just the ultimate empath to the point that he actively takes
Apparently.
damage for all those around him.
Fucking
Why does
Eclipse.
it link your
She-Hung from
fucking
fucking Record of Ragnarok.
factor data to just...
I mean, the only thing I would say is because I'm like connected to Otto, but that wouldn't make sense.
But yeah, it doesn't make any sense because like Syraxis is controlling Reggie as well.
Yeah,
His is the exact like I've set up Reggie the exact
I don't know.
same way.
I don't know why my character is punishable by the gods for every single status effect that everyone in the world has,
Oh my
but apparently I
God.
am.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see if I can fix this.
All
Or
those,
we'll just
all
deal
those
with it 'cause
kids
it's funnier.
dying of all those kids dying of cancer. I got it now.
Oh no.
It's his burden to bear.
Oh
My
no.
turn.
That's the thing. He doesn't even take it away from them. He just dies.
I
with
just share it. Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, Eclipse. The creature kind of like collapses in front of you as you punch this blast of flame into its chest. The entire like spores and everything that was going to blow up just erupts in flames, and you get like sparks and like soot against your face, but you don't get any additional like spores or anything. As it just collapses into a small burning pile of flesh and mushrooms.
Cool.
These things are
Let me
horrid.
check something. How long is 30? Okay. Okay, and the two of us will move up a little bit more. Go to there. That'll be my turn.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. Celesta.
Can I even stand here with the flank?
I'll say sure. Why not? Like, it's not
Okay.
that high of a jump. It's like maybe 5 feet. So I'd say you could either like hop down to the bottom and strike at it, or just like stay at the top and just kind of like be in a position that you would actually be able to flank.
Okay, I have climb speed. I'm a
I just
Catholic
look
monk.
at him.
Wait, you have climb
and
speed?
I'm
Never
like,
mind. You're even more fine.
I just look at him. I'm like, you might want to run. You don't want to be near the thing when it explodes. Oh, okay.
You have advantage. Yeah, 18 hits.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use Autumn's reaction to give him a d6 of fire damage on top of that.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So,
I mean, it wouldn't have affected me. This was trying to be entirely a him problem.
yeah.
Would have been a teaching moment.
Yeah. I stand to
Okay.
lose nothing from it exploding in my face.
Yeah.
but now it's taking fire damage, so you're good.
Yeah, it takes a total of sorry, how much? Sorry, my cat's in my arms now. 15.
15.
Is it thunder damage that you deal, or is it? Oh, it's
Yeah.
thunder. Okay.
Everything I do is thunder.
Okay. So it does the full 13, and it does the full
Everything
2.
you do is loud noises.
Yeah.
I'm bloody.
This cave.
Guys,
At
I'm
least it's
bloody.
not at least it's not affecting your health.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank
don't worry,
God, right?
guys. Let me cast a thunder
That would be a
wave
pain
too
in
on
the
my
ass.
No.
Yeah?
Celesto.
Yeah.
No, you're fine, actually. Is that the end of your turn? You
Uh,
have 2 more
yeah.
attacks. You have another attack if you want to make it with your bonus action.
I don't want to kill it, but I don't think I will. 'Cause
23 hits. 7 points of damage. Solid.
I'll leave.
Boom. It's still up. And do you have mobile?
Yeah, that move on.
Okay. Then it tries to swipe at you and you just duck underneath the attack and run away. That's the end of Celesto's turn. It's the bear's turn.
Okay, first, I just want to know when that zombie thing moved away from me earlier, because I think I wasn't heard. Would I have gotten an opportunity attack on it?
Oh, yes, you would have. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Is reverting to my original shape an action?
I believe it's a bonus action to drop wild shape. But you could double check
Either
in the
that-
actual.
Either a bonus
wording.
action or free.
It just says it ends if I choose to end it.
Yeah, no. It's
Oh, then
free.
it's free.
It's free.
It's for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you want to go back to being a person?
There's none of them alive around me, right?
No.
It's just the one that I left.
Sorry, real quick. It does say you can revert to your normal form earlier by using a bonus action on your turn.
Oh,
So it is a bonus action.
Oh, where's that?
bonus action?
Oh, just
It's under wild shape.
So Saros is back.
okay. I'm back. That was kind of useless, but I'm gonna. The only thing I can do is hold the dead on that far guy.
Go for it.
So that's
Yeah,
what I'm
fuck
gonna do.
If he explodes, he's well out of the range of everyone else.
Well, the thing is, he can't explode because he's taking fire damage.
This is true. You can
Oof.
re-roll that because it's supposed to be a D12 because it's injured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It fails the wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
so it takes 6 points of damage. It has to make a save. Con save. It succeeds against the DC of 6.
Hey, the first one.
It explodes outwards in
Oh, does it
spores.
still explode?
Yeah, it still explodes. Like I said, it was tied
Even
to
if
its
it's
undead
taken-
fortitude, even if it's still
No, I
alive.
know, but even if it's taking fire damage, though.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't put that in as a stipulation, so I would say no, it doesn't explode.
I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it really wouldn't
Yeah.
matter,
The only
but you
person that
know.
gets affected by it is Saraxis, and he's either
Is the
breathing it
immune
in or
one.
breathing it out. Like he doesn't care.
His body temperature is so high they just burn on contact.
Yeah, it just vibes. He's like, yeah, I'm doing fine. Saros, is it the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Reggie. Reginaldus.
Well, he at
knows
least
it's
has a
dangerous.
weapon. Yeah, and he at least has a weapon that is fire damage.
But he does have a fire damage weapon, yes.
So
And
he
can get
will
advantage on
run
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yep, he will run up and swing.
Oh, that definitely.
Oh, I did it
hits.
at disadvantage, but
Yeah, it's still
for
it's
4 bludgeoning, 4 fire.
still hits. Kaboom! It kills it because it ignores the undead fortitude feature when it's on fire or when it's taking fire damage on its turn. And because its undead fortitude does not trigger, it does not trigger its spores. That is the end of combat. As Reggie just kind of runs up and just cuts it down
Knocks its dome off with the
with the flail.
spike
basically.
ball.
Yeah. So Celeste will block the entrance in case more come.
Yeah, it takes you like a solid, almost like a minute of just like stone shaping, just like random bits and pieces out of it. But it goes to the point where it's essentially like jagged architecture and stone structures to the point where nothing can like easily get out.
I'll even cast Alarm while I'm at it.
Okay, you cast Alarm. Do you ritual cast it or cast it?
Ritual cast.
Okay, the rest of you watch as Celeste just begins to chant phrases, isn't it? As he kind of just like sits near the entrance that is going deeper into the area.
I'm dead.
Well, that went a lot better than I initially thought it would.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty done there, but thankfully fire seemed to be working.
Seems we have a lot of that to go around with. How you doing over there, Saros?
What?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, it's one of them days, I suppose. Well, now what?
Oh, we wait
Wait
for
up
the
the
blizzard, I
blizzard.
suppose. Yeah. Can't
Or-
really do anything for Saros, unfortunately, but
Well, we
you
could
know.
trek out and find a rare herb, but
You want to trek out in this
It's
weather?
currently
In
frozen
this
out.
weather? Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, I'm used to blizzards, but even I can highly recommend you don't trek out in that.
Well, is the one that I cleaved in two, is it still like, is its body still there? Did it like break apart after dying?
All of them kind of like broke into pieces, but they're not like small pieces. They're like pretty large chunks. So the one that you like cut in half, it basically a lot of the mushroom components or like the fungi components kind of like almost detached itself from the body. And honestly, now looking at it, you realize some of that fungi is like taking root in the ground.
I'm just gonna like start using firebolt to like just burn that out and like the
Burn
few that are
all
around
of
here.
it.
The instant you use firebolts, the entire thing goes up in flame.
Yeah,
Though
that would
I
absolutely
am-
help with just punch the ground with fire.
Yeah, I'll do that for like the three over here. The one that's in the oil though, I will like walk over.
Oh, that one is still
Um,
like smoldering and burning.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
you can
never
still
mind.
see bits
Then
of
the-
fire and stuff coming off of it.
Then the one down below, like directly like 15 feet below Eclipse,
Mhm.
I'm going to grab what's left of it and like kind of drag it over to this corner.
Sure.
Because I don't know how long we're gonna be here. I'll basically just go down there with Tharos, lighting a torch, kind of handing it to Tharos, and I just shooting the shit with Tharos. But like for however long we're here, while we remain here, I'm going to use my painting supplies to basically draw a portrait or something of this creature to bring it back home.
Okay. Give me a painter's supplies check with let's say dexterity.
Exquisite. So that would be, I don't know what it added there.
What's
It
your
didn't even give me a.
dex mod?
It would be a +0, so it'd be like a 7 actually.
Oh, okay. What's your so your proficiency is +2, right?
Yeah, I think it's adding my charisma is probably what it's.
Is your
Putting
charisma
baseline.
a +2?
Yeah, my charisma is.
Okay. You know what? We could say you use your charisma. It's a +9. It's a 9 total. I mean, like, if it was someone that's seen it before, they could probably identify it as one of those. If they've never seen it before, it kind of looks like a abstract, almost Van Gogh-ish painting. Like the later in his years Van Gogh painting, not like
Yeah, I'll look at it like after however long that takes. I'll look at Saurus and just say, like 50, 60 years after I'm gone, they're gonna look at this and they're gonna think a genius. They're gonna say a genius painted this.
I'll vouch for you. It's beautiful.
I know it. If you tilt your head, it looks more like a well, this looks like a weird, sad tree.
You know what? That was a drought. I'm a drought. I can tell them that's exactly what it looks like. I'm sure no one's ever seen one before.
It's not a terrible rendering.
now that you do get a little bit of a better look, all four of them used to at one point were wearing like leather armor that resembled drow armor. Or at the very least it has the motifs.
Yeah, I was gonna go up and see if I could see if there's any kind of symbols or anything on their armor or their bodies that I would recognize.
Yeah, you certainly can. Give me an investigation check. Okay. You do see symbols that you like, not ones that you can specifically recognize because it's not of the cities that you're from or the cities that you're familiar with, but they are from the Underdark, and you could tell that they were all the same, like from the same city. It was likely a city that was much closer to this area.
Okay.
if you want more specifics, you know what? Because you rolled so high, give me a moment. I just gotta go find my Underdark map. I'll give you the city that they're from.
Cool.
Oh god.
That way it leads to the Underdark.
Jake, question.
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. They would be from Darkstrain. There you go.
Have you ever been there?
You can give me a history
Maybe.
check.
Okay.
What's up, Darcy?
Would I be able to make a medicine check to know whether or not, because like activated charcoal, like breathing masks, that's a thing. Yeah, would that
Like-
potentially like? Would I know that's a thing? Because I'm pretty sure that sort of thing would at least prevent Saros from being a transmission vector just from existing around people.
You could give me a medicine check. And Saros, you haven't been there personally, but you do know that Darkstrain is near the Bottomless Sea, and it's directly across the Bottomless Sea from Tarlens, another city that you actually have been to. But the only things that you've heard from it is that it's not very traditional. Like specifically, Darkstrain is not very traditional. You're not sure what that really means, though, and in what context it's used for. Give me 1 moment. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, Darcy, you aren't able to recall anything that might be helpful or anything that might be allowing you to prevent Saros from transmitting it. Like right now, you aren't even sure how contagious he is. Like he could be horrifically contagious, or he could be completely inert and just a carrier.
Well, Darcy is still going to be making like a thick cloth, like face mask.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a. Oh God, what kind of check would this be? Give me a medicine check.
Weaver's tools, probably.
I think the medicine check would be a little better.
Does germ theory even exist in this world?
Not really, no. Okay. You would know how to fashion like a mouth mask, or somewhat familiar with it. It's a little bit difficult to breathe, but it's not too bad. It would prevent you or whoever was carrying something to prevent it from like transferring to others. You think. You're pretty sure.
Yeah, Darcy will. Yeah, looking at the painting, like, not a terrible rendering. Very abstract.
There's like an ear in the wrong place.
Look, I'm going off of memory for a lot of this. Hopefully, it'll get the thought behind it at the very least.
Potentially. It's more about how you feel about it than how anyone else feels about it, though. Everything's subjective.
The painting is very expressive. Self-expression.
Saros, I made this. You said it was rather aggressive, and well, currently it's in your lungs, so well, this might help at least ease any sort of nervousness, so that you don't feel, bad about standing next to anyone. And you're probably the one that knows the herb to kill this stuff on site, so it would help you once the blizzard's gone, if the lake doesn't work.
Very thoughtful. Thank you. that I still will probably be keeping my distance.
Understandable. It's not perfect, obviously. It's still just cloth. But should at least alleviate some of the danger.
I'll take it and I'll put it on.
And you do. And it makes it a little bit harder to breathe, but it doesn't actually like affect you in any sort of real negative way. But it does probably, you think, prevent you from spreading it everywhere. Yeah. Do you guys remain in the cave for however long it might be until storm wears out?
Yeah, kind of gonna have
Assume
to.
so.
All right.
Depending on how long it goes, I guess.
It's actually not terribly longer. Approximately like 6 hours later, the storm kind of eases up, and it's a pretty
Good enough,
significant easing because it's like it's a sunny afternoon now. Not like a bright sunny afternoon. It's still winter, but it's now like, we could probably walk outside relatively comfortably with the clothes that you guys have, and continue on your way.
Yeah, but it's still snowy and icy a little bit, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. There is almost like 4 feet of snow piled up outside.
Do we think we could throw Saros in the lake again to maybe kill the fungus?
You can certainly try. Give me a medicine check.
Would
Like,
I
know?
Saros.
Sorry, Saros.
We know about the cold shock.
Yeah, give me a medicine check, Saros. Yeah, you would know that if you kind of like took precautions against it, you could prevent Saros from taking a lot of damage from just being chucked into water. But you could do it. It's not it's just going to require a little bit of precautions, but with the right precautions, with like a heating, with like a fire nearby to get him warm up again, it's not going to be an issue. Like, you're not even going to take any damage.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll say you guys managed to make the precautions that are required. Saros, give me another con save. 17 is a success. Do you remember how
Yay.
many times you failed before?
once?
It was just once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the initial one counts, right?
No, the initial one does not count.
Ah, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thankfully. After the cold shock, after warming up, you feel like you're breathing just fine again. Like, it's still a little rough and you're still coughing up some phlegm, but you're okay. You're pretty sure.
No mushrooms.
For now, hopefully.
He coughs
Get
up an Enoki mushroom. I'm kidding.
I spit fire. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Saros, you're pretty sure you're fine now. But yeah, do you guys press on towards Ardalon?
Yes.
It's time to go home.
And onwards you go. Question.
Oh,
Do you
before
guys...
I
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
was gonna say, before I leave, can I leave a message on the dirt, on the rocks?
Sure. You
Saying,
just carve it out
beware,
using your cantrip.
yeah, beware, fungal monsters ahead.
Okay.
It was either that or I was going to cast like magic mouth on it so that if somebody approaches it, do not go
Yeah.
here. Dangerous mushroom monsters.
You see, I would have made it even worse. I'd have just put something like "abandon all hope, ye here and here" right above it. Make them fear.
But yeah, you managed to kind of carve that into the stone, and yeah. Eventually, as you guys continue onwards back towards Ardalon, question: do you guys stop in Gameen? Like, do you guys have a proper stop in Gameen, or do you just fucking go?
I mean, I guess it depends on like what time of day we arrive.
Because you actually would arrive, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys would arrive about 5 days later on the 2nd of Deltia. It would still be in the morning. And actually, before you guys arrive, I'm going to ask for a random event
Oh fuck.
that is happening.
On which day is that going to happen?
This is going to be 3 days after that specific event.
Okay, perfect. That means I get like 2-second wins, hopefully, and can heal up.
You get 3 actually, because the day of counts as well, so it's 3 total.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm gonna roll 2 first just to see if that puts me up because I'm pretty close.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for my healing as well.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
In case you need to know, this is approximately where you guys are when this event occurs.
Oh, so basically right where we were when the fucking tree end was morning.
Yeah, approximately. Yeah.
Uh,
So it was morning near the lake, wasn't it?
They were morning near the lake, and you guys had essentially taken a little bit of a shortcut through, like, it was essentially rounding the corner between the path from Gabin past the Lake of Dreams. You guys took a little bit more of a longer path this time to avoid the forest as much as possible, I'm guessing.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Because I remember you guys saying, like, we're avoiding the forest. And I'm like, okay.
We are avoiding the forest.
as much as we possibly can.
Unfortunately, you would not be able to avoid the forest if you were going towards Gamin. However, the path
Well,
is
yeah.
relatively open. It's not like there's only a few points where the treetops actually cover up the path. So you guys are actually walking along a relatively wide path because there's a lot of like wagons and stuff that had originally made this path. Even though a lot of them now travel through boat, the path is still like very much clear-ish. But yeah, I need one person to give me an event. Someone who hasn't given me one yet. Andrew, who hasn't given me one yet?
Me, Robert Surya K.
Okay, you guys have 10 seconds, or else I'm picking someone.
Yeah, I got something.
Oh, okay. Kay's got some. What is occurring on this fine, wonderful last day of Nobilia?
Okay, so as we are entering the forest
Mhm.
again, we just see like this is a parade of monster or creatures, like animals, just run by. Maybe as if they're running away from something or towards something.
Okay. Okay.
If it's another rhino, I'm skinning you alive.
I'm gonna do this to us, K.
Okay. But yeah, as you guys are kind of entering towards the actual forests, there's a little bit of course, a little bit of unnerving energy, because the world around you is currently essentially just white. There is quite a large amount of snow that has kind of like taken up residence within this area. It seems that whatever had caused the nearly almost like 4 feet of snow that had fallen just outside of your cave within like 10 hours had swept through this area as well. And you could see a lot of the treetops just covered in this layer of snow. Some of it has fallen to the ground, but a lot of it is also still, just kind of around. The world is essentially pure white. It is both beautiful and a little bit haunting, to say the very least. But as you guys prep yourselves to kind of begin to enter towards the area of Gabin, you are trying to like clear out some of the snow in your way because it's not easy traveling, and you can see that there's actually not a lot of travelers at this current moment, because you don't see any other tracks on this what you were fairly certain is the road. Actually, because of the weather, I need survival checks from someone in the team who is navigating you guys.
Jake, question.
What's up?
Oh wait, no, it's 1 cubic foot when for prestidigitation.
Yeah.
If it were 5, that
Control
might do
water?
something, but no.
Someone has control water.
Do you have control water?
But if someone else does,
Control water is also a leveled spell, isn't it?
no, what was it called? Shape?
Shape water?
Shape water is a cantrip, and
It's a 1
that
foot.
would work, but again, it's
It
not
works in,
a
like,
big
1 foot
enough
areas.
area.
Yeah. I think it would genuinely be faster to just like trudge through the snow. But it gets cold. I need someone to give me a survival check for navigating you guys in this kind of weather. Someone,
I can
anyone?
do it.
Oh yeah, sure. Do you,
Eclipse or
if I recall correctly,
Arus?
did you take? Do you have the land proficiency thingy that rangers get? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Jake, how many days has it been since
Favorite
the cave?
terrain? 3 days.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, I have
rolling
favorite
3D
terrain.
3d8 for chef.
What's your favorite?
It's not
terrain?
really like a. I mean,
Did you
I put it
pick,
as
or is it
forest
the
just because.
is it the other one?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you pick, but I put it as forest just because where I lived in the north was mostly forest, as opposed to like
Yeah, I think this would
absolutely a
count.
barren tundra landscape. Yeah,
So you have advantage on your survival check.
beautiful.
This is familiar. This is familiar
This is.
territory.
I can do this.
Like this. This is what you grew up in, basically.
Oh, I rolled it
Advantage,
with
not
disadvantage. My bad.
It's okay. I'll take the 22.
So 22.
This is my land.
as you
Just
kind of just like
goes
No, I understand.
yeah, basically. But for everybody else, you guys are like kind of a little bit lost. You're not exactly sure what's what, because this is like, for some of you, like snow is relatively new, but especially this much snow. Not for Eclipse. He's like, oh, this is familiar. He makes a turn into the forest, and you guys all start staring at him, like being like, what the fuck is he doing? Until he starts pointing out landmarks that very, very clearly mark that you guys are at the pathway that would lead you
I
towards him.
should state, by the way, Jake.
What's up?
All it does pretty much is it doesn't give me advantage for next time. It just doubles my proficiency bonus.
Oh,
So when I'm in my
expertise
favorite
is right.
terrain, it just pretty much gives me expertise. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still fine because it was a 22.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, I know, but just for future reference,
Okay,
that's all it does.
Good to know. Good to know. But yeah, you guys make your way into the actual forest itself, and as you begin to kind of trudge through, the forests get a lot darker. It's a lot less bright than it was when you were kind of out in the plains with the slight cloud cover, but just enough that the sun was still shining through it, and the warm rays. Now you have this ever so slight kind of like canopy that seems to cover the majority of where you're walking. And it's a little bit uncomfortable. It makes you nervous, to say the very least. Especially knowing that you had kind of pissed off some forest guardians as you were making your way out last time, especially in this area. And all of you give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Is it related to the forest?
Technically, yes.
Cool.
So you
So
can
then
make
this
it
is
with expertise.
so that's a 20, pretty
Okay.
much.
Oh my god, you guys all rolled very, very similar.
Wait.
Srax.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. All of you, and like literally all of you.
Oh,
except
I actually
for-
already have expertise in persuasion anyway, or perception anyway.
Wait. Someone's missing from this list. Who does it roll? Darcy, did you want to roll?
He said he'd be right back.
Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
said he bear back
We'll
right
assume
before.
he also rolled. He also got around 20. All of you begin to hear this clamoring coming in from the forest. And it sounds strange. It sounds like a large amount of creatures. Like, in the last couple of days, you really haven't seen very much. You've seen here and there, like maybe a rabbit, some birds here and there, but like not the usual amount of wildlife that you're used to. But as you're kind of glancing and hearing, you hear activity. You hear a lot of activity, actually, like a surprisingly amount. And it seems to be coming from the forest. Specifically to your guys' northwest. No, sorry, northeast.
Hearing all this, I'm sitting here just looking like this.
PTSD's coming back.
Yep.
Thankfully, it seems to be like a large group of creatures, not just one or two. You guys have time, and you guys were right at the edge of the forest. So, is there anything that you would like to do? Because they do seem to be heading in your direction.
Do you guys hear that? That
I
sounds
climb
like
a tree and
trouble.
hide immediately.
Okay.
What should we get up on the top of the trees? Like climb up on a sturdy tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Nearly all of the trees around you are very, very sturdy. However, because they are still trees and it is cold and icy, I need everyone who is climbing a tree to give me an athletics check unless you have a climb speed.
Oh, I have a climb speed. Heck yeah.
Can it be more acrobatic than athletics?
You know what? Fine.
Beautiful. I'd like to hear
In
that.
this instance, I will allow acrobatics or athletics.
What's going
Beautiful.
They're climbing trees in an attempt to hide.
Can I just look for, instead of climbing a tree, like look for like a rock, or like maybe like a
I'll
dip
tell you
in
right
the
now,
terrain, like
there is like 3 feet of snow on the ground still.
oh.
There is no
Is there like
snow plows in
a
this world.
snowbank? Is there like a
There is-
snowbank I can hide?
There's
behind?
no snowbanks either, because it's just like a flat layer of ice and snow that has covered the majority of the area. The area on the actual main road is thicker because there's no tree cover, but the area in the forests, it's a little bit thinner. It's like maybe a foot off of the ground. But you can see that there is like so much snow. Hiding in the snow is not going to be an issue. Hiding in snow that looks undisturbed, that is an issue. So it's up to you what you want to do.
I'm
I'm going
going
up-
to.
I'm going up a tree.
Okay, give me an
I am going
acrobatics
to
or-
attempt.
Yeah, that's easy. Cool.
Yeah, I'll have Reggie go into a tree.
Yeah, you can roll an acrobatics or an athletics check.
For him, it'll be athletics, I think. Yeah.
Ooh, Cyrus. Ooh,
Yeah,
Reggie.
no, that's pretty on brand.
Unfortunately,
Not
Cyrus,
used to snow trees.
yeah. As you are attempting to climb this tree, you're just like not entirely sure where to put your hands, and you actually rip a portion of the bark off, and you're like, wait, this comes off? What the fuck? Reggie doesn't have much luck either, as he's carrying a lot of equipment, and it's real heavy. But
Can I help one?
Eclipse,
Because I have
Darcy-
a
sorry,
climb
go ahead.
speed.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
help
you
with them?
can help
Both?
them. Yeah, I'll say they get advantage because of Mr. Sirius. Reggie can roll. Oh yeah, 15 and a 13. Yeah, with Celesto's help, everyone
Here,
who wants to be in a tree
let me
gets
carry
up
your
into a
stuff.
tree without too much of an issue. What about
The
you,
issue with
Celestus?
me. So yeah, the issue with me is that while I could easily roll pretty high, counterpoint, I don't think in the winter of all times most trees are gonna be able to hold a 400-pound giant dragonborn with metal armor on.
It's gonna be a
um,
little rough, yeah. Did you want to stay on the
So
ground?
what I will do is I will find like a divot somewhere. Like it doesn't have to be massive or anything. Once like Reggie is up, I'll just like kind of look at him and be like, drop me your shield.
He drops the shield.
I'll take it and I'll basically just find like a divot.
So like under like the
base-
roots of a tree or something, right?
Yeah, just like something that like is slightly deep enough, like maybe like a foot or so, where like in theory I could kind of just lay down and basically just put the shield over my head,
Right.
like over the back of my head or something, and then basically just like lay flat on the ground and just hope.
Pray. Okay.
'Cause there's not
Everybody.
much else where for me to go, so it's kind of just protect head, help, or hope.
Yeah. I need everybody to give me a stealth check. You have advantage if you're in a tree or in a divot.
Hell yeah.
Well, it'd be a straight roll for me, so.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you're
good.
hiding by trying to
Good.
stay still.
Yeah, he's just trying to prevent the clanking of his armor, but it'll still be a straight roll. So
Yeah, I would also point out that my armor is like black and I am red, and it
In
is
a white background.
snowy. Yeah,
yeah. So
you
just
know,
give
if
me
I was
a-
wearing white, then perhaps.
give me the stealth roll and roll one for Reggie as well.
Yep. Here's here I'll roll Reggie's first because I've foreseen what's about to roll on my end here.
Reggie's is at advantage as well. Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
Reggie!
All right, here's mine. I've foreseen it, gentlemen. It's
I
been
believe
an
in you.
honor, but here comes the one. Straight roll is a 2. I was off, but it's a 2.
Okay. Because this is a group roll and there was 2 natural 20s, I will say that your 2 can be ignored. Luckily. Reggie giving you his shield helps cover for you so much because he shook his branch quite a bit and a bunch of snow came and landed down on top of you and the shield that you were holding, because it was very, very obvious to everyone else who was in the trees that Syraxis or someone was right there. After you were covered in snow, thankfully it didn't look like too much. Just a little bit of a disturbance in the snow.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, please go faster before it all melts from my body heat. Please go faster.
As all of you observe what appears to be what you had initially like thought were just horses, because you see like these hooves and this like pushing movement from a group of creatures in the woods, until eventually, for those of you who are in the trees, you spot what appears to be a crowd of centaurs. Approximately 6 or 7 of them just galloping through the snow. For them, it looks like the snow is not even there, because for some reason they seem to be almost gliding over it. It's incredible to watch. But at very quick glance, it looks like there's this look of fear on their faces. Give me a perception check, anybody who's in a tree. Unfortunately, Syraxis, you are blind on the ground.
Yeah, no, I'm face down. So
Yeah.
it's better to have someone step on my ass than, well, the other side. So
Would the snow be blinding me?
For you, definitely. You have disadvantage on this.
I pretend I do not perceive.
You could give me a listen check, so a perception check, just a flat one, with just ears only. Yeah, no, you only hear the crunching of snow as they're kind of moving away. Darcy, Eclipse, and Sorrows, you guys see that, they seem to be running away, and there's this, like, almost look of fear upon the 6 or 7 of them. One of them, who seems to be the leader, at the very forefront, anybody who rolled a 20 would actually see this. Zane, Celesto, you guys actually see that the bow that he's holding is like shattered in 2. And it looks like it was cut almost purposely. But it doesn't look like it was cut by him. Like, you see that the bow is just like snapped in 2 clean. And several of the other centaurs like behind him are also injured. There's cuts, gaping wounds, kind of stuff like that behind him as well. And then after they kind of get out of sight, all of you here something strange coming from the woods themselves. Specifically, you would hear. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the sound effect.
Oh boy.
It's
I'm
clickers
afraid
again.
about what
No, I'm kidding. Uh,
what would scare centaurs.
I know with mushrooms coming out of it.
you guys do hear this from the centaurs? Does this work?
I heard it.
Yeah, nice.
done.
Okay, sorry. It's just a, like a little bit of a like a horse trotting. So I have a lot of sound effects. I've just never used them. This might sound familiar to some of you. As this horrendous roar from a creature seems to echo itself throughout the woods, coming in from a northeastern direction. Like it is so loud and piercing that to some of you it genuinely shakes you and you almost fall off of your perches on the trees. But you could see and feel the actual forest itself almost shift and groan with pain as like the scream echoes out. What do you do?
Can you play that sound again, but louder?
Oh, was it quiet? It was supposed to be quiet
little
because it
bit.
was supposed to be far away. Or far away-ish.
What the fuck is that?
So-
It sounds
sound-
familiar.
Dracon?
Nature?
Yeah, what is that?
Give me a nature check for anybody who's trying to identify what it is. And the reason it sounds familiar is because this was the Greenspire Beast's sound.
Oh,
Oh! Yeah, that fits.
Unfortunately, Celesto, Eclipse, the two of you are kind of like so rattled. You're like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Saros,
was that you?
Darcy, you couldn't tell what it was, but it is a creature of immense size. You can't tell if it's heading this way or not. But Zane, it sounds like it's not heading this way, thankfully. 1 and 2, the roar does not sound draconic, but it does sound terrifying.
I feel like if we're in the trees and if it's massive, wouldn't we be able to see at least the disturbances of where it's moving?
No, because there's other trees at the same height as you that are blocking your view. Unless you go all the way to the very top of one of the taller trees, which you could.
yeah. I still have a nat 20 if I can do that.
Yeah, sure. You managed to clamber up to like another tree that's a little bit taller in the vicinity, and you kind of clamber all the way up to the very top, and you just kind of peek your head up over the treetops, just like lightly swaying in the wind. Give me a perception check.
On my way up, can I use my mage hand to have Celesto pass me his spyglass?
Sure.
I was Eclipse who had the solid glass.
Yeah, you reach for a Celestial Spyglass, but it doesn't hand it to you because that's the wrong Catboy. No, you didn't.
I thought I said sorry, Eclipse. I
So
meant
you
Eclipse.
both-
You
Both
did say
Catboys.
Celeste. That was really funny.
Both Catboys. Both names are space related.
Give me a perception.
I will have everyone know again. I'm character first.
Give me a perception check. You have advantage, Darcy.
I'll hand it to him.
Okay. You spot something in the woods. It appears to be slow moving, but at this current moment, as you're kind of like looking towards it, you get a little bit of a chill in your spine because you can see the weather changing, like in its vicinity as you look towards it. You see what appears to be like hunched, shouldered muscle of something that is tall enough where when it's on all four legs, it's peeking up over the top of like 30-foot tall trees. It looks like the shoulders of a panther or a lion or something like that. And it's just like that's the only thing you could see before this fog and this snow begins to kind of like converge and begins to rain down coming in from the sky. And all of you are now once more swallowed up in the beginnings of a blizzard.
What direction is it heading? Can I make that up before I lose sight of it?
Yeah, it looked like it was heading, honestly, towards you guys.
Oh shit.
What?
Wait, you just said to Zane that it wasn't coming towards us.
Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't.
If it's chasing after the centaurs, it would have to pass by us.
From what you had seen, it doesn't look like it was giving like hard chase, but it is heading in this general direction.
If we continued down the path that Eclipse was taking us, would we run like right into it, or could we somehow avoid it?
I would say with the perception check that is far away enough, like it is probably at least a mile or two away. So with enough time and with enough rush, you could probably just get out of its way.
Yeah, whereabouts is it on the map?
In relation to you, like it's like over here.
Okay, so if we just continue down the path, we're good.
Yeah, probably.
All right, Darcy's gonna just clamber down. All right, we need to move quickly. That thing is big. It's coming right this way. And it's causing the weather.
As the rest of you watch as Darcy climbs down from the tree, the blizzard begins to pick up again. But thankfully, at this current moment, it seems like you're near the edges of it, but the radius seems to be growing.
Let's move.
We gotta get to Gamine quickly.
All right. As you guys begin to basically like lightly sprint your way towards Gamine, you manage to avoid whatever creature it was that was heading in your vague direction. And you manage to kind of skirt the outside of the storm because it grows at around the same rate as you guys are running away from it. So you guys manage to make your way out without kind of like suffering the effects of...
With only a light dusting of snow.
Yep, basically. But kind of looking back as you guys are arriving near Gamine, you can see that the entire area is covered in what appears to be like storm clouds, with lightning in it.
So it causes blizzards and lightning storms? What god decided that thing was okay to exist?
But you guys make it to Gamine with no issues. And we'll say that you guys get there at like the 2nd of Deltia in the morning. And as you guys are kind of looking around, you don't see the two guards, the half-orc twins. Instead, you see like a human man, probably later 40s, who is sitting outside, like specifically for the inn. You see like a later 40s older gentleman, gray, like almost graying hair, that's just sitting outside of it with a great sword that just looks at you guys when you guys pass by. Yeah. Do you guys make a stop, or do you keep going to Ardalan?
I think we should warn the town.
Yeah, just there's. Again, how many people actually live in Gamine? Like, how many
Like
houses are there?
7. Maybe 6.
At least let them know.
It is literally 2 families.
Yeah, we should let them know that the thing's at least nearby. They want to stay here, they can stay here. If they don't, We're not abducting them.
As you kind of let them know, a few of them are like, "What the hell?" Like the innkeeper that you guys had spoken to previously, they understand. They're not happy about it, but they don't really do anything about it. They're basically like, "This is fine. Like we'll deal with it. If it comes,
Okay.
it comes."
If
But-
it comes, we die. Oh well.
Yeah, they're basically saying that the chances of it actually showing up here in Ganin, given what you said about its size and like what it's like, it probably wouldn't show up here. Probably.
Not enough people to eat.
But yeah. It just wouldn't be really worth it for it. So they think they're probably fine. Are they correct?
Probably.
Who knows?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, we did our job. Can't really force people who don't want to move.
Uh,
But yeah, as you guys kind of all head into Ardalan, I'm guessing the first thing you guys do is kind of report back. Or is there something else that you wanted to do? Because you guys do manage to make it to Ardalan without too much of an issue. There is no rhinos
There's no second rhino.
on your way.
Thank
And
God.
is it like snowy here or no?
It
Second rhino
is
is
not
at the party.
nearly as snowy. Like there is like a thin dusting of snow that kind of sticks around, but no more than that. Like the thin dusting is maybe a quarter of an inch of snow that people haven't brushed away. The majority of the place is warm enough that you can see that a lot of it is like not really affected by the snow. It's cold. Like it's actually significantly colder here in Ardalan than it usually is, because it usually just gets snow. But yeah. Nothing too significant at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, unless someone has something to do, I'll just be going back to
I mean, I've got the dragon bones, so
yeah. I'll just be going back to my wife.
All right. And you kind of navigate through the streets relatively easily. I'm assuming everyone else is tagging along, or are you guys not?
I'm going.
I'll take long.
Yeah.
So is everyone kind of
I guess.
I guess. As all of you kind of tag along through this kind of trudging through the streets of Ardalan, it's good to be back in the city. Although, yeah, like it's nice.
What time of day is it when we get back?
I'd say it's probably like later in the afternoon, like 5 or 6 p.m. ish. Let me move the clock so that it matches. Yeah. But yeah, as you guys kind of make it back to the offices that Raylana and the Rose Wards kind of have, you make your way through. The receptionist kind of lets you in because the Lord is here, and you see upstairs within Raylana's study, her door is open. As you guys wander in, you can see there's just like this massive tower of paperwork that she's currently signing, and she's just like holding the bridge of her nose, just going through all of them, and looks up to see all of you come in. Oh,
Yeah, I get like a small knock on the door.
well, welcome home. Tell me
Oh,
about-
it's good to be back. Mostly good news. We do have the items. I'll kind of motion to Darcy.
And then some.
And then some. Okay.
Yeah, Darcy will just. Is there a relatively empty corner where I could just turn this bag over?
She like gestures towards a table on the side. Like it's a pretty large table. It's like a 10-foot by like 8-foot table. And
Like
she
one of those
gestures.
war tables they have.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Darcy will just empty the bag there.
She just like very, very surprised, looks at the very complete Dragon Bone collection. And now that you're getting a little bit of a better look at it, it is what appears to be like a younger dragon. It's a mostly sorry, it's actually a fully complete skeleton of a younger dragon that would have probably classified it. It's like hundreds, 200 years old kind of thing.
Are you able to tell what kind, or do dragons not have distinct skulls in your setting?
They do have distinctive skulls, but they are kind of like unique to every individual. There are other
Okay.
ways of identifying them, but give me a nature check.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get one at least for this. I didn't know if they were like how, like, in 5e, typically, like, black dragons have, like, the weird horns coming from the side, and
No. It's
blue dragons have a very distinct 5 head going on.
yeah.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
yes.
like the very unique features, a lot of them are like the scale color, the kind of like the shape of its wings, how its tail is formatted, how its like jaw kind of has an underbite or overbite. And unfortunately, because it's a complete skeleton, you aren't really able to tell. Wow. When you managed to retrieve all the bones, that's excellent news. My friend and Felix should be very pleased. Me as well, actually. It's quite an expensive item to get off of some adventurers that had previously killed it. This is good. Thank you. So much, actually. And it's also very good to see that all of you are here, home, safe, and alive, though very roughed up.
It's been a rough last week or so.
We had some moments
It's
that
been
were
quite an
less
adventure.
than ideal.
That is entirely understandable.
We were attacked by a tree.
Sorry, I did have a question. Is there a reason that all of you left Castgan?
Well,
I
we
know it was to retrieve the bones, but where did you actually find them?
Gramsby.
yes, Grimsby,
Gramsby.
which unfortunately is, shall we say, not exactly functioning at the moment.
Right.
A good chunk of the population seems to have escaped, if nothing else. But
That's
Yes,
there
there
was
was.
quite a lot of damage.
Yes,
Entire
there was a lot
town
of
burned
damage.
down.
Oh, does
Yes,
that mean we're not going to be able to get our crabs this year?
probably not. That's what I had the exact same thought.
That is so disappointing. She kind of looks upset for a moment. It's fine. What's more important is that the people are, for the most part, safe. What happened? Do you know who or what did it?
Some
Go on.
something that looked a bit like Syraxis, but was
That's
most
racist.
certainly something different.
Here, let me show you a picture.
No,
I'll show her the picture.
Don't. Oh, okay.
Oh. Why does it have a
I'm
third leg?
thinking,
Why does
I'm thinking of
it...
he was
calling it.
insistent. He was insistent on stripping it.
I'm thinking calling it Dragonkin.
Don't call it that.
It's quite draconic-like.
No, Dragonkin is the draconic word for dragonborn, please.
She kind of looks over at you, Syraxis, for a brief moment. Kind of goes back and actually like inspects some of the features. Oh, it certainly does have features that are similar to Dragonborn. I can understand the confusion.
Yes,
Well,
but it was fully capable of flight, I fear.
Yeah. What did you roll for your artistry thing? I can't remember. Was it like a good roll or a bad roll for drawing
I
the
don't remember what he rolled.
I
Celeste?
don't remember what. I think
You know what?
it wasn't like a bad roll. I think it was like a 13.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it was within recognizability. And she just kind of goes, "Oh, you're fully capable of flying. The wings look so small. Is this artistically small? Or...
No, they were quite oddly shaped and small.
Yeah, my theory is they fly just like dragons.
Yeah,
Or maybe
so
hover?
power of some magic. Yes, we have.
But yes, it seemed it was in the castle, seemingly held up there with the bones in its bag.
Why?
It did also. It was apparently there was a chest that Darcy, you have that, yes?
Yes.
Sorry, we got another bag of holding
Oh,
from him as well. So,
it's probably a good thing.
but yes, he was apparently trying to open a chest.
Darcy will remove from his usual bag of holding the chest.
Yes, there it is. That chest.
Russell has the chest, but
She
doesn't
takes
matter.
a
Celeste, right? No, of course you do.
she takes a pretty good look at it.
You weren't even there.
No, I
Oh.
wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
I
Celeste
wasn't
has it,
sure.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm given things, and sometimes I'm not.
Do you take it out of your bag, Celeste?
Well, actually, no, because I know about it. I'll let Zane take it out.
Okay. Zane, you
Sure.
take it out of the bag, and you're just like holding it very carefully and gingerly in your hands.
Absolutely no one touch it.
Oh,
Why not?
It has a trap on it. We suspect it's the Power Word kill trap.
What?
Oh. You'll have to.
I
keep
thought
it
you
in
said
mind.
that it was like. I thought you said it was armed against like draconic beings like myself.
Oh, we don't know
Yes, that's
exactly
what we
what it's armed
believe.
against.
Well, it didn't activate on the two of them touching it, so
No, Trust hasn't touched it yet. He's
I
good.
will refrain from touching it at this very moment.
it didn't activate when Zane touched it.
Do you
But,
think it would be fine if I were to touch it?
I would not
What are-
if I were you.
Yeah, let's not touch it. Let's let the arcane
Zane's touching
experts deal with it.
It's
But
not a risk that needs to be taken because, well, if your companions have already touched it and they haven't died, and it's been determined that it's guarded against specific folks. I would.
Hey, Jake, question.
Mhm.
If I were to utilize subtle spell on identify, would I need to touch it?
Does
Because-
identify need touch?
Technically speaking, but the thing is, subtle spell eschews the need for vocal and somatic components, and I have no idea if you would consider the touching part of the
That's a
somatic
material
components.
component. No, the material component is the thing you're trying to identify, so you would have to still touch it.
The material component is the pearl.
I would still say that for identify, you would have to touch it.
I think the problem is that the spell quite literally says when you touch an object.
Fine. Well, so does like cure wounds, and I can do that a subtle spell without touching someone.
Cure wounds
Is
a
that
touch range.
true?
Isn't there
You
another?
could do healing word
That's-
without touching someone. But
Jake let me do it.
Cure
I
wounds.
specifically mentioned that.
Did I?
Yes,
You, have
you
cure
let me do it
wounds?
once. I have cure. Yes, I have
He's a
cure
bard.
wounds.
Oh,
Bards
yeah.
have access to anything.
I think the other problem is the fact that it gets rid of vocal and somatic, but specifically the target is like a creature or an object you touch. So I
Yeah,
don't
because the
think we get rid
somatic
of the
component is
target.
just like it's just part of the casting. The actual touch
Oh,
is
oh.
like the catalyst for it. I don't know. It's weird.
I would say for this specific thing, you would have to touch it.
Okay.
But yes, we also unfortunately or fortunately, I suppose, depending on how you look at it, this draconic individual that is most certainly not a dragonborn was associated with Adoran.
Did you tell her that before?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. You see the frown that she usually has when she's contemplative kind of come back onto her face. Yeah. Do you know what Doran is? How do you know he's associated?
the guy that had the bones and everything had some little rock that he was speaking through.
Stone Ascending.
I suppose, yes, he was speaking through it, and, well, he seemed to break the stone after. On his end, which is mildly concerning. Didn't know you could do that.
Oh, you're not supposed to be able to do that unless you're capable of disenchanting magic. Or, I mean, I have heard of creatures whose raw strength is enough to crush lower grade magic items.
Well,
No.
considering he has a disdain for most magic, I would imagine it's probably the latter.
Do you mind if I cast a spell here for this? She kind of brings out a scroll for the chest.
I mean, it's your office, I guess. I don't.
Well, it is your find.
I mean, I can't open it at the moment, so by all means,
My pleasure.
none of us can open it. That's the whole reason we brought it here.
She begins to cast a spell. Because it is a leveled spell that she can cast. She just doesn't have it learned herself. She just casts it. Those of you who are arcane casters, or actually just casters, you can give me a Arcana check to see if you can identify what spell she just cast.
Why? I'm
So
supposed
if I
to
can
be
cast
smart.
some spells, I can roll.
Insane. Yeah, sure. If you could cast any spells, you could roll. Syraxis could roll too if you wanted to.
Cool.
Arcana check.
You know, Jake, I thought about this the other day when I was driving, but
Yeah.
technically she has access to like 2 whole class spell lists.
Oh yeah, she does. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I mean, you know.
What the fuck? Why isn't she out there adventuring then?
Because her talents are actually better suited here. A lot of her sorcerer
Yeah.
spells are not like combat spells.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't imagine, because especially with that subclass, like she has access to a lot of like just really good utility stuff,
Um,
or at least like non-combat utility.
Darcy, Eclipse, the two of you recognize this spell as Legend Lore. As she casts it, her eyes kind of like blank out and fade for a brief moment before coming back, and she looks at all of you. Oh, holy shit. Use my language. I think I know what's in that box.
Oh,
Oh.
Ew.
Have all of you heard of Galim Salani?
Nope.
heard of what?
Galim
What was that name?
Maybe.
No.
History?
Yeah, you guys can roll me a history. But also, anybody who has an intelligence higher than 14, you would remember that you guys passed through Gamin, which has 2 giant stone statues of
Yeah.
Galim
so
and
that-
Salani. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna roll. I'm just not gonna bother.
Yeah, no.
I
entirely.
have-
I only
Absolutely
rolled because I had
not.
proficiency in history, so you know.
Let's go! He's got a +1!
Might as well. Yeah, +1 big.
But for those,
Zane, what are you doing?
oh, Zane, no! I mean, your intelligence is high enough that you do remember the information that was kind of like passed along before. So you and Syraxis kind of remember that Galim and Salani were famed dwarvish smiths who started the dwarvish line of royalty that kind of still persists today, but they were most prominent and kind of most present during the Second Plague. They rose to fame because they created a set of weapons called the Larcanisaz weapons. Weapons specifically designed for dragon slaying. They were the people who essentially brought down the Elder Dragons in the First Plague, and they contributed extremely heavily in the Second Plague in ensuring that it didn't get out of hand. Even though it still did, but the destructions and everything, all of that, like their descendants, it would have been so much worse off if their descendants did not have access to that. Darcy, Celesto, you guys would know a little bit more. Specifically, the two of you would know that Gamin is named for specifically Galim and Solani as a place to honor them, and it was known as the in-between town. Gamin was a place of peace, specifically to kind of bridge the bonds between the south, which was the location where the elves were very much present, and the Midlands, which is the location where the dwarves were very much kind of overwhelmingly present. But the mention of Galim and Solani all of a sudden makes you think that there is potentially an Larkanasaz weapon within this lockbox.
There's a so what you're saying is that there's a dragon slaying weapon in that box.
One of the dragon slaying weapons in the box, yes.
Do we know what kind?
I couldn't identify it. Obviously, I can't see it, but this box itself even has legendary value. It's incredibly difficult to break open, and you could try, but it will take probably months of work to just even puzzle out the solution to remove that magical spell upon it. One, and to figure out the internal mechanisms to not break and brick it. It took months of consistent hard work.
Got the mechanical part of that already.
Oh, did you?
I mean, Zane did, I'm pretty sure, right?
She kind of looks towards you.
I might have.
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
all he
I
did
thought he
was
rolled high enough too.
no, he figured out that it caused it to activate something if he failed the mechanical portion of it.
Ah,
But I found out that was the power word kill, right?
Yep. You also found out that the spell component of it, at the very least, like what surface level enchantments are on it, has power word kill within it somewhere.
We-
Oh, sorry, go
Okay.
ahead.
Do we know if like if you trigger the power bolt kill, would it also destroy the insides?
Give me an Arcana check. You are fairly certain that regardless, if you fail even a single portion of this lockbox, it will activate. It might be a series of effects, or it might be just one, but you're fairly certain that it'll probably cause every single effect that is supposed to activate at the same time.
Jeez.
It might not just
Nice.
be a power word kill. That's just one of the things you figured out.
Oh,
Okay. Fair.
Well,
Well, do we know anyone who could, in theory, open it?
yes, Jillahan. The trade lord of Avalon. He could potentially open it, but it would take months of work. And probably quite a bit of coin. Which I'm not really sure we can funnel that way at this moment.
I suppose Zane and I could spend some time towards it. However, it would take months.
It would probably take years for the two of you then. No offense to your skill, but Jillahar is one of a kind. You could help him. It might be faster if you spent your time helping him. But I can't guarantee it. It can be opened. It just will require time and a lot of care.
And coin.
And coins. Speaking of, she kind of pulls out a bag, and just hands it to all of you. If I remember correctly, you guys were going to be given 1,500 for the job.
each?
Yeah,
I
think so.
guess I can't remember.
When we like paid some earlier, was that half of it?
Yeah,
Or
I
was
think
that-
we were paid some earlier.
Okay, so then within this bag, because you guys essentially went a little bit above and beyond, not necessarily too much, but you guys did a
Higher, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of trouble that you guys went through. There is actually 1,250 gold for each individual. So you can add 1,250 gold. Actually, sorry, it would specifically be in Dwarvish gold. So it is 125 platinum per person.
Okay.
Sweet.
Mine is deposited into my bank because I cannot be trusted with physical money.
No, you can't.
She gives you 5 platinum.
Ooh.
The rest of it goes into the bank.
Like,
It's
ooh.
like your allowance.
50 gold, like such a huge allowance.
He actually gets quite a bit more than that as his allowance, I'm pretty sure. You can just take money out of the bank whenever you need it. If you have
No,
that
I know.
check-
I'm just joking about the
No,
5.
But it is pretty funny. Because the rest of you are 125. He's handed 5.
Yeah.
There's just like a tiny little pouch that Syraxis gets.
Is Reggie also handed 5?
Reggie is actually handed 15.
Oh.
He gets paid in exposure.
He does get paid in exposure. But as a squire, technically he is unpaid, but his family is getting a lot of benefits because he is squiring under Syraxis. But also, his family is literally her family. So
Yeah, literally.
yeah.
The heck? Where's the labor laws?
He's 19 or 20.
Like he's
He's an adult.
Yeah, he's an adult.
He gets paid in exposure to danger.
He also gets
Part
like
of his
more
training.
than adequate compensation. I don't know about you, but he lives in a fucking mansion.
And he was just handed 150 gold.
Which is a lot more than most people get in a year. Like most peasants probably see like 10 gold a month.
Well. That's impressive.
Well, the prices are a little bit different in this world, but
Yeah.
This world has a
I
lot
imagine it
inflation.
rolls off silver, or majority functions off silver.
yeah, majority functions off silver. Like copper is still used, but it's not super common. But silver is
At least
much-
commoners, I guess, would
Yeah. Commoners
primarily
deal in
work
silver.
off silver.
Adventurers deal
We're-
in gold.
Yeah, I was about to say we're a
Businessmen
different
deal in
breed.
platinum. And like hundreds, if not thousands of platinum. I have price lists if you guys want some stuff, you know? If you wanted to buy like furniture, I literally have prices for them. Not every piece of furniture, mind you, but like a lot of stuff. I had to do a lot of this in the old game. Because they bought an entire fucking keep, and in the keep they furnished it. So I had to determine money. I had to determine costs for it, and I was like, oh fuck, how do I? So that was fun. It was actually fun. I did enjoy it.
I'm pretty sure we spent like a whole session fucking making the layout for it.
yeah, you did. Yeah, it was
Which,
really
by
fun.
the way, for the uninitiated, meant that we spent about 8 or 9 hours working on that keep with real time. So you know,
Jesus.
yeah, it's still
like we had
it's still
Photoshop
there.
open. We were going through it. It was a whole process.
Yep. But yeah, if you guys wanted to, you know, do some stuff, you definitely could. As of this current moment, I will be allowing you guys to take a long rest if you so wish.
Oh my god.
No, I want to go out
In
right away.
addition, you level up.
Oh, hey, we did.
But yeah, before we leave, well, Lady Rosewood, it was a pleasure working with you, despite the danger,
Well,
both foreseen and unforeseen.
Dossie, I have something to say in regards to that. Not a negative thing. To be honest, you guys actually fared quite well. And one, you accomplished the goal that was originally set out. And two, you went above and beyond to get it accomplished. Would you be willing to allow yourselves to be established as a task force of sorts? Under my beautiful husband's employ, and you would still be getting paid. Some guidance from how does this
So
stand?
long as there's room left for me to run my business, still, I'm fine with it.
Of course.
Does that mean we are still adventurers? Or are we staying in town?
You don't have to stay here. Essentially, what it would be is this that there are specific goals that we are trying to accomplish. As of this current moment, well, the eradication of that dragon is number one on our list. And since all of you know a little bit more about this dragon thing, dragon adjacent thing, it would be best to keep you on board, especially since you've dealt with one already. How does that sound?
I don't know. You're gonna have to give me time to think about it.
You actually don't get a choice. Sorry, hon.
I know.
She kind of slaps your ass. But kind of leans back over to the rest.
I would imagine be either continue the work or you're on the couch for the rest of your life.
Well, admittedly, if I wasn't doing this, I would be doing work for my old knight order. So, you know.
It would be very similar. Plus, with this one, there is a bit of a personal vendetta. But I shouldn't let emotions get into play for this. But I really need that son of a bitch dead. Pardon language, sure. Pardon me.
Nonetheless,
Fails herself. Takes a drink.
I don't see a reason not to continue working with you all. It's been a pleasure so far. I imagine it will continue to be so. But I should get back to my shop to make sure everything's been running all right.
Oh, of course. Please.
I was gone for about a week longer than I expected.
I'm sure whoever you left running it was doing just fine.
He is competent, but it's still a week more than he was planning for. Is still probably stressful.
Understandable.
Oh, by the by, while we were away, did a couple of like half-orc twins stop by at all?
Oh, they did. They mentioned that you were friendly with them. Well, that's not the way they put it, but
I guess you could put it that way. If friendly means beating the one within an inch of his life, it was consensual. Trust me. Then yes, we were very friendly.
I do trust you, and that sounds horrendous. But they're within the
It
city.
was an honorable duel.
Well, fair enough. They are within the city. If you so wish to speak to them, you could.
Oh, I was just curious if they.
Yeah, they left
Actually
this
came by.
behind. And she kind of like takes a napkin out, and it's got like a scribbled address on it. I feel like they could have left something more proper.
I just like look at it and I'm just like Darcy, translate.
What is it? Sorry.
It's just a napkin with like scribbled address on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a half scribbled address. It's in the district of Song. Like it's an inn in the district of Song.
I think I know this place. It's an inn in the district of Song, for one.
Oh, hey, I've been there before.
It's got the medieval equivalent of Call Me on it. But yeah, as you guys are kind of left to your own devices, you guys are left. Well, actually, sorry. She does look to the rest of you to see if you agree with her, or if you were still willing to participate in the enterprise.
Yeah, as long as I can keep adventuring.
You're free to go and decide on your own things. It's essentially, I would be assigning you jobs. Some of them will be semi-time sensitive, but I think the majority of them, it'll be essentially up to you to complete on your own whims. Would that be okay?
Oh, listen, I would love to sign up, but I gotta ask someone first.
You can add
'Cause
your
I've been
conditions to this if
gone.
you require.
I've been gone for quite a long time already.
We do have a teleportation circle if you need to go home. Where
Yeah,
you're
I
from the
was
north,
gonna
right?
do that almost immediately.
Well, feel free.
Oh,
You
those
can give
are
me
just
the answer at the
great.
end of the week.
That sounds great to me.
Excellent. How about I see all of you here on the 12th of Delta? Next
All
week.
right.
Alright, well, I guess if I'm not busy, I guess I'll be here.
Good. I've missed you.
I missed you too.
If any of you need me for some reason, you know where my shop is.
Excellent.
Or if
Well-
you want to stop in for a meal or something.
Feel free to enjoy our hospitality as well. But enjoy your stay in Nautilon. I'll speak to all of you in a week. And she kind of gestures and lets you all go. And that is where we'll call this session. It's a little bit shorter, I apologize, but we will have downtime next time. You guys will have 7 days of downtime, of which you can do essentially what you want, but you can level up right. Actually,
So what happens if we hit level up? Does it upgrade both classes or
no, you'll have to do it twice.
Okay.
You guys, you know what? I will say that you guys can level up at the beginning of this long rest, so that after your first quote unquote short rest, you'll get the benefits of your level up and you'll enjoy it for the rest of your long rest. So, like, whatever activities you decide to indulge yourself in, you'll get access to your new features.
Okay.
Yeah, I can beat the shit out of commoners twice as effectively.
Let's go.
I guess level 4 or 5? 5, right?
5.
5.
Hey, Gestalt level 5.
just
You
a-
guys are level 10, basically.
It's a crying shame that both my level 5s give the exact same thing.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, literally.
But you get extra attack.
I
He
do,
gets
but
twice.
you know, I
Extra
get one
attack
extra
twice.
attack.
Double your damage already. You can't complain.
This is true. Remember, if you roll your HP increase, you roll it for both classes, and you take average for if you roll below average.
Mhm.
But you only get your Constitution modifier once, remember.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So 4 and
D8s.
5, so 9 and 3.
I'm
so
at level
12.
4.5. Is that correct?
you
well,
should be
you
level
gotta be 5. You gotta
because you
you
gotta
gotta
level
upgrade the
both.
other
Of,
one,
you gotta
too.
level both of your things up
Okay.
to 5.
Yeah.
The reason it says level 4.5 is because I've divided your level by 1/2, so that your proficiency modifier stays at the place where it's supposed to be.
So 8 and 5.
What's the average on a D8?
It is a
5.
5.
It's always half
it's
plus 1.
14 plus 2.
Yes.
Alright,
I
here's the
got
one.
15 more HP.
Nice. That makes it 6. 12 plus con.
I'm at 70 HP max.
Rookie numbers.
What do we get for actually leveling up?
It says the one with 2 D10 hit die.
Yeah.
And a what constitution?
18.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh hey, I get second level spells.
Let's go.
The
I'm
moment
gonna
the
need-
next day
need to
arises,
pause
I get up like an hour early before Raylana gets up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use that scroll.